Hello everybody and welcome to our WWE Payback 2023 predictions. I am little Andrew Dingle here with the most handsome sight in all of the Isle of Wight. Big Adam Pacitti. How you doing, young man?
6'4", 5'3". I'm great. Really looking forward to this weekend. We've got 2 pay-per-views coming up. We have got, of course, All Out.
Yep. But
first, we've got Payback. We've got 6 matches on the card. Every one of them's a barn burner, maybe. It feels like a proper B pay-per-view, this. This is a B-show pay-per-view. But there's some interesting stuff on there. Shall we do the predictions?
Let's do the predictions. Let's not forget... It's for this! The WWE Cultaholic Heavyweight Predictions Championship. And with that said, let's jump in. First up, in a singles match, you've got LA Knight, up against The Miz. Who are you going to go for, Adam?
I think it's an obvious one. I think it's LA Knight's night. I don't see this going much past Payback. It's just a little stopgap thing on the way to LA Knight, hopefully going on and doing bigger and better things. Miz has been playing his role tremendously. I've actually enjoyed what they've done together, but I think it's a very predictable result. Tell me otherwise.
I think it's a very predictable result as well. I think LA Knight is hopefully now, you know, Triple H has said in the past, good things come to those who wait. And sometimes we've been waiting a little bit too long, I think. A little bit too long sometimes, but I think this is where LA Knight finally climbs up higher and higher and higher on the card, hopefully to get a mid-card title down the line somewhere. We'll get to that later on. I'll fill you in on that one later on.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got to be LA Knight. Everybody's super hot on him right now. I think it's just time to let him climb up to the top.
I think this is fine. I think the slow organic growth is better than jumping on something straight away. It doesn't bother me as much as it seems to bother other people because I think he's on the right path.
Yes, yeah.
If he was doing absolutely nothing, he's about to face and beat a 2-time WWE World Champion in The Miz.
That's pretty big.
There's nothing wrong with that, is there? He'll get there in the end. I'm not worried. So you shouldn't be either. Next match. Next up, inside a steel cage, it's Becky Lynch versus Trish Stratus. Who have you got and why?
I'm going to go for Becky Lynch. It feels like this feud is finally sort of starting to wrap up a little bit. We've seen a little bit of miscommunication between Zoe Stark and Trish Stratus, especially with the Falls Count Anywhere match that we had on Raw recently. And I think all odds are in favour of Becky Lynch to finally just close it out. Done and dusted. We can get past this feud. I've not been a huge fan of this feud, to be honest.
You know what? It's not the performer's fault. I don't think. If they had blown it off at SummerSlam, I don't think we'd be talking about it in the same way. But I agree. It's dragged on, and WWE, they were going to do it at SummerSlam. They never properly announced it, but it was obviously going to go that way. The match got pulled. I feel really, really sorry for Becky Lynch and Trish Stratus.
Yeah.
I think it's Becky's night for sure. I just don't think it makes sense to give Trish the win here.
No.
And you know what? I think it's actually going to be a really decent match. I think the steel cage thing should be a lot of fun, and I think they'll go above and beyond. It's one that I'm actually looking forward to. But also, I'm looking forward to the feud, you say, being over. I think it's run its course now. But yeah, it doesn't make sense to give Trish the win. So I am also backing Becky Lynch.
Woo! Next up for the United States Championship, we have Rey Mysterio, the champion, defending against that dastardly heel, Mr. Austin Theory. Who are you going to go for and why, Adam?
I'm going for Rey here. This was actually quite a tricky one because I can see them putting the belt back on Theory. I do think that Rey, at this point in his career, if he picks up a mid-card title, it's probably going to be a transitional reign. So how long does it last? Is it going to be until this weekend, or is it going to be until the next pay-per-view? I'm betting on it being the next pay-per-view, personally, so I'm not sure this is going to have a fully conclusive ending. I think it wouldn't surprise me if we get a DQ or a double counter, so something like that. It's a bit of a coin toss for me, though, this one. I'm going to go with Rey, but I'm not 100%.
Oh, I'm going to say that Rey loses it at this pay-per-view. I'm actually going for Austin Theory to win this, because I can see it going one of two ways if Austin does come out of this as the champion. You have LA Knight beating The Miz at this pay-per-view, and then LA Knight versus Austin Theory. LA Knight very much, being presented at least in terms of the crowd reaction as a face in this whole thing.
Oh, yes.
And him versus like a really dastardly heel in Austin Theory makes sense. Also, I could see something going wrong within this match, which then leads to Rey losing the title, and then Santos Escobar finally getting in there to sort of avenge his mentor and capture some WWE gold as well.
I think that's really good thinking on both counts. I think we'll get there. I'm just not sure it's going to happen this Saturday.
Okay.
But I'll probably eat my words on that.
We'll see.
We will see.
We'll see.
Next up, in a Steel City street fight for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn defend against the Judgment Day's Damian Priest and Finn Balor. Who have you got and why?
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. No. I don't think they're going to retain their titles this evening on the payback evening of the pay-per-view of the evening. I think it's going to be Judgment Day. I think Damian Priest and Finn Balor are going to, in somewhat of a shock win, I guess, win those tag team titles from the champions at the moment.
You think it's a shock?
I think it's a shock in terms of it throws a little bit of doubt in our minds. It throws a little bit of drama and spice in there too, in terms of Finn and Damian have been at loggerheads for the longest time since Damian's won the Money in the Bank briefcase. Things have happened and Finn hasn't been able to capture the World Heavyweight Championship. I think this throws a little bit of drama in there in terms of like, oh, well, they're going to have to coexist at the wall. No, tag teams and coexisting. What are we talking about here? They're going to have to coexist. It makes things look fine within the Judgment Day. Every single member then has a title around their waist, which I think is a really nice visual too.
Oh, yes.
However, there still is going to be that tension in terms of those two are the champion, Finn and Damian, but Damian still has the Money in the Bank briefcase and could elevate himself into higher pictures as well, which might put Finn's back up a little bit. So yeah, I'm going to say Finn and Damian to win this one. What about you?
I love the Judgment Day, right? I really, really love the Judgment Day. I started out, I was so excited about them, and then it sort of fell off a cliff a little bit, and they've picked it up, and they're one of my favourite things about WWE TV right now. Yeah. I think they are absolutely tremendous. I think they totally deserve to each have a belt. As you say, that's a wonderful visual.
Yep.
And to do that, if you're not going to give Finn the World Heavyweight title, right? Damian's got his briefcase, that counts. Yep. If you're not going to give Finn the Heavyweight title, stick the tag straps on him. I think it's the right shout, and I fully expect Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens to lose this one, and it's going to be great. And we're going to... I really adore it when we've got a faction with all the gold.
Yeah, me too.
And Judgment Day totally deserve it, because I think they've proved a lot of naysayers wrong. They're one of the hottest things on the show right now. So... go for it.
Go on. Do it.
Go on, Chris.
Go on. And next for the WWE Women's World Championship, we have the champion Rhea Ripley defending against Raquel Rodriguez. Who are you going to go for, Adam, in this one?
Rhea, obviously. I've just said that I want to see them with all the gold. I don't want to see them with all the gold and then 20 minutes later Rhea drops the title so they don't have the gold anymore. I really like Rodriguez. I think she's great, and I think this is going to be a really fun match as well. Couple of big lads going at it. I want to say that.
couple of big lads going at it, you know?
It's beefy, isn't it? It's a beefy match. It's going to be hard-hitting, slugfest. Should we re-record this? No, let's crack on.
Okay, right, no, we're still going, okay.
I'm going Rhea to retain. It's not that Rodriguez doesn't deserve the win or anything like that, but Rhea is just so hot at the moment, in many ways. Rhea's so hot at the moment, you don't want to see her without that strap on, do you?
No, I think you're absolutely right. It's got to be Rhea Ripley winning this one. I'm looking forward to this one being sort of more not as one-sided as some of the other title defences have been so far.
Hi, Natalia.
Hi, Natalia. Which have felt on the side of squashish, and they have been, of course, for some. Hi, Natalia, for some people there. But I'm really looking forward to seeing where this one goes. I wonder if they continue to keep it going past this as well, because I think these two have really good chemistry. They've had fantastic chemistry in NXT beforehand as well, and to see them roll that onto the main roster, I think would be a really, really fun thing to see. But yeah, I don't think Rhea's dropping it at all. Not for a long time, at least, anyway. So Rhea Ripley to get the win.
I want to see her hold it till WrestleMania.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I think Liv and Rhea at WrestleMania kind of makes sense down the line.
This might be a little bit controversial, even more so than what I just said.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody else feels like they're on Rhea's level at the moment. And I'm talking your Becky Lynches, I'm talking your Baileys, I'm talking even your Charlotte Flairs, all of that. I think Rhea stands head and shoulders above them right now.
Agreed.
And I love it. It feels like a proper new generation thing, and I think Rhea is at the forefront of that. and they have a lovely scrap. And finally, the World Heavyweight Championship is on the line as Seth Freakin Rollins defends against Shinsuke Nakamura. Who have you got and why?
I'm going to go for Seth Freakin Rollins to retain the title. I don't want to take anything away from Shinsuke Nakamura in this. I think his promos, I think they did the right thing in sort of letting him cut his promos but doing them pre-taped. Like, so you got a bit of a vignette, makes him feel like more of a villain. I think targeting Seth's back is a fantastic shout as well, because I do think down the line they're going to keep rolling with that narrative, and he will drop the belt, and I think they'll try and sort of like get that over that, oh man, his back is like out, he needs to go out and get surgery and recover from that too. It's such a shame though that even though Shinsuke Nakamura is in this match, it just doesn't feel like he really should be in the match.
Right.
I don't know if that sounds awful.
No, right? Shinsuke Nakamura is an unbelievable talent, right?
Yeah.
He's accomplished so much. The world over, he's done it all. WWE have completely screwed him over the years, haven't they?
Yeah, for sure.
And he should have been world champion by now. That should have happened during the feud with AJ Styles. But you're right, it doesn't quite feel right. And that's ridiculous, isn't it? And I fully blame WWE. So I'm going with Seth as well.
Yeah.
And part of that is I have no hope in WWE booking Shinsuke Nakamura anymore. I've been burned one too many times. When those return vignettes started airing, I was like, get pumped, this is great. Came back, did a bit of nothing for a while, and now all of a sudden he's in the world title picture. That should feel like a natural fit for Shinsuke Nakamura, because he's so good. He's like a Drew McIntyre, right? You can throw him in the world title picture at any point, it just works. It doesn't work with Shinsuke Nakamura because they've done him wrong so many times, and I hate saying that. I don't think Shinsuke Nakamura is ever going to hold a world title in WWE. It's that simple.
It's sad, isn't it, though?
I think his time has passed in their eyes. And it makes me miserable, Andrew.
It makes me miserable too.
It's rubbish, isn't it?
Maybe he pulls like, you know, the NXT days, the New Japan days. Maybe you put like Seth Rollins manages to pull that out of him in this match, and we do
been waiting.
Like,
I've been waiting for years, Andrew. It's not happening anymore.
We all have, but who knows? We will see, won't we?
Right. So Rollins.
Yep, Rollins as well.
Oh dear. Right. It's going to be a decent pay-per-view. I think there's a lot of predictable stuff on there. We, in fact, have differed on one match here. This is a one-match card for us. 2 months on the trot, right? There you go.
We'll see.
We will be live for live stream reactions. Come along, join the fun. That's on Saturday evening, Saturday night. On top of that, the next day, you got bloody Chicago, All Out. Fraser and Tom going to be providing live stream reactions to that as well. So you got 2 nights. If you got no friends, I know you don't. I'm meant to be nice now.
You are now. You're a nice guy.
You're
now.
a lovely bunch of big lads. And also, you got What Happened At. You got WTF. You got all the fun of the fair, all the usual stuff coming on the channel. On top of that, pitches, predictions. It's a very busy week. So hope you enjoy all the wrestling. If you're not all tuckered out from Wembley, have a good one. And I'm taking that home. It's down to Rey Mysterio to do that for me.
Go on, Ronald Mysterious. Fumble the bucket. Did he say that? Fumble the bucket?
Never heard that in my life.
Something.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.